Hello, my dear students, and welcome to today's lesson. It will be Module 9, Speaking in IMB. So kindly open your student book, pages 137, 166. Okay, ready? Let's start. Starting with the objectives of today's lesson. So by the end of this lesson, you are expected to be able to, first, to examine some environmental phenomena by breaking facts into causes and effects. And the second objective is elaborate a mind map about an environmental issue by completing missing parts with the appropriate consequences. Okay, let's have a look at these pictures and comment on them. Yes, picture number 1, for example. Yeah, here we have fumes or smoke from factories here. We have fire in picture number 2. Here we have ice caps, but these ice caps melt. What about picture number 4? Yeah, drought. What about this picture here? Yes, global warming. Have you heard about it? Can you tell me what is meant by global warming? And global warming is the rise in temperature of the Earth. Okay? Caused by the greenhouse effect. Great. Okay, let's have a look at this concept map and let's try to complete it with some words related to global warming. When I see global warming, what can you say about it? Yeah, try to pause the video for some time to think about it, and then we continue together. Good. So we can divide global warming into causes and consequences. What is the main cause of global warming? Of course, for sure, is pollution. But what type of pollution? Yes, it's air pollution. Okay, caused by fumes and smoke from factories and cars. This will lead to what? This kind of pollution will lead to ozone layer depletion. Okay. After the ozone layer depletion, the heat will be trapped between the Earth's atmosphere, of course, and the ozone layer, so it will lead to greenhouse effect. So this greenhouse effect will lead to some drought or floods, a change in the Earth climate, of course, and it will lead to extinction of some plants, for example, or some animals. Great. Now you are asked to work in pairs or in groups. Turn to page 166 in the speaking activities section and do activity 9b, this activity. Let's read the question together. Look at the mind map below, which shows how certain environmental issues and phenomena are linked to one another and what the consequences of these relationships are. Fill in the gaps with the consequences in the box. These are the consequences. Creates environmental refugees, causes ice to melt and sea levels to rise, makes rainfall less predictable and dependable, causes extreme weather events and natural disasters, smog and air pollution are created. Okay. We are going to start with explaining these words. For example, refugees. What is meant by refugees? These are persons who are forced to leave a place. Okay. Rainfall is the quantity of rain falling within a given area in a given time. Natural disasters. Examples of natural disasters are floods, droughts, fires. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to complete this mind map with these consequences, of course. So let's have a look at this one first. Industries and power plants, households, transport. These are going to cause or to use or to burn fossil fuels. Industries and power plants are using fossil fuels. Households, means of transportation, they are using fossil fuels. When fossil fuels burn, it will emit smoke and toxic fumes into the atmosphere. So we have here the first result is acid rain. So acid rain is formed. What can we have also from these sentences? Okay. Very good. Yes, it's E, of course. So smog and air pollution are created. The smog and air pollution which are created are going to affect public health. Also, they are going to contribute to the greenhouse effect, and they contribute to ozone layer depletion. Okay. So we are going to continue with the results of or the consequences of air pollution. So air pollution is going to cause global warming. And here you can concentrate on the underlined words here. So we have contributes to increase in average temperature. So global warming will contribute to increase in average temperature. So what are the results of this phenomenon? So number 2, you are going to think about something that will cause destruction and infrastructure problems, and at the same time it destroys natural habitats and causes the death of plant and animal species. Okay, number 3, you are going to think about something that will cause or that will put low-lying coastal regions at risk of flooding. Yeah, from the box, we can say, number 2, yes, causes extreme weather events and natural disasters. Number 3, causes ice to melt and sea levels to rise. When we have ice caps which will melt, they will put low-lying coastal regions at risk of flooding. Okay, now we are talking about countries which will disappear. Okay. Number 4, Number 4, you are going to think about something that will lead to serious water shortages. Okay, great. It makes rainfall less predictable and dependable. Okay, it's C. What about 5? Yes, it creates environmental refugees. Okay, so here we have the result is deterioration of quality of life and the global environment. Great. Now in question B, let's discuss these questions together. Question number 1, how does ozone depletion affect public health? Try to think for some time and we answer together. Okay. For example, we can say skin cancers, eye cataracts, and immune deficiency disorders. So this is the effect of ozone depletion on public health. What about question 2? What are some effects of acid rain? Yes, damaging surfaces, paint deterioration, harms forests. Good. Question 3. Do you think humans are responsible for most environmental issues? Why? Why not? Think about global warming, for example. Yes, we can say global warming is a man-made disaster because of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, and carbon dioxide emissions from cars and factories, which has led to the ozone depletion and the greenhouse effect. So human beings are responsible for most environmental issues. Now, as a homework, you are going to make a similar mind map for the environmental issue below. Let's have a look at it. We have here industries and power plants. They produce toxic waste. This toxic waste is going to be dumped in rivers or lakes or oceans. So we are going to think about the consequences of this. Also, we have dumped on land. So we have here, we're talking about water pollution, and here we're talking about land pollution. So we are going to think about some consequences of this phenomenon. Okay, this is as a homework. So thank you very much. That's all for today. Remember that all the lessons of the week are uploaded on Microsoft Teams. Never hesitate to ask your teacher for any explanation. Thank you very much. See you next time. Have a nice day. Goodbye.